Hi guys, so just a quick update. I've been away for the weekend to Poland to meet up with the guys from Novel, went to their local classic car show. But obviously while I'm not here, the work still has to go on. So Duncan got the little Mini painted for me. There you go, all done now. This is the Mini that we changed the rear screen aperture size to convert it to a Mark 1 size rear screen. It's quite a common conversion on these cars. As you can see, he's done a lovely job, super clean, one or two tiny little dust nibs in it, but seamless repair, lovely flat gun finish. We painted the boot lid as well because it had a couple of marks on it while we was there, just to get it all to look lovely and uniform. So this is the Novel Spectral Wave 2.0 waterborne base coat and the 56500 clear coat. 5-minute bake at 60 degrees. So the booth's just cooling down now. I've had it to about 70 in here for about 10 minutes. So this is baked rock solid now. We'll give it a little polish tomorrow just to get rid of a couple of nibs, get it all fitted back together. I'm sure we're going to have one happy customer. It's just come out really lovely, as you can see. So tomorrow we'll get it all back together, get it cleaned up. We'll give you a little walk round when it's all done, add it to the end of this little video, and you can see the finished job. Right, morning guys. Today we're going to set the camera up on a bit of stop motion, show you a bit of the process on the MK2 Escort we're currently working on. Let me go out and show you around the car. So for the purposes of the welding, at the moment it's in our Noble for Classic Car bodywork primer. It can actually sit in this for 6 months while we do our welding work, because this product is weld through as well. So within 6 months, all we've got to do with this is panel wipe it off. We can go straight to our epoxy. As you can see, we've done a few of the little welding repairs here and there that needed doing on the body shell. There was just a few little bits of thin metal that we've been round and sorted out. So that's ready. So the doors, basically you can see the frames in the backs of the doors are pretty rusty. So we're going to be cutting the bottoms of the skins off, replacing the frames. We'll get all this epoxied up or some zinc weld through primer on it. Then we'll get the bottoms welded on. There's the repair panels we've got. So you can see there's the new door bottoms that are going to go in, and a couple of repair panels. We're going to pretty much fit this right up to this swage line. So what we're going to do, we're going to set the camera up. Me and Frank are going to be working on these today. We'll just let the camera roll and sit back and watch. So we've got the old bottoms cut off, and as you can see, we've made the new panels fit to size. They're just roughed in there at the moment, a couple of tacks to hold it all together. So now what we're going to do is hang the doors on the car, make sure all the gaps are good, then we'll take all these panels off again, clean all the edges up, zinc coat everything, and then fully weld it all back together. But obviously a test fit first, just to make sure everything's looking right with the gaps. This one as well we've done. As you can see, none of this is welded together. It's all just sitting on there just to make sure it looks right on the car. So we're going to go and just get these welded on in a minute. Dog's busy as ever. That's a good idea, Frank. Just make sure they all go on properly.
Yeah. Still filming?
I think it is still filming because the red light's on. Red light.
Let's see what Duncan's up to. Looks like he's mixing a little bit of direct gloss to add to our Cobra, because we're going to do the bumpers in Cobra for this little truck. They're a right mess, but the customer's quite happy with that. Give it that rugged look, a bit like Duncan.
I'm clean shaven, thank you very much.
That rugged look. What are you laughing at, Will?
I'm just because I'm clean shaven now, but obviously I've usually got like a beard like this, so that's not beard my
Good. So we've been cracking on with the doors on the MK2 Escort. Let's give you a little look. Basically, we've just tacked all the bottoms together, and then we'll hang the doors on to have a look at the gaps. You can see the gaps along the bottom are looking pretty good. It actually goes a little bit bigger as the door goes up, so we're going to address this and close this gap up a little bit. It's got a very nice gap to here. Obviously we haven't finished dressing this door skin up yet and fitting it on. Basically we have just tacked this together so we can hang the door and just make sure our gaps are good. Like I say, gaps along the bottom where we fitted that panel are pretty good, looks pretty good, but just goes a bit big here. But the front gap is really good, so we've got to address that. If we come around this side, have a look, same thing. We've tacked this door bottom on. It's got zinc primer behind all this, so that when we're happy with all the gaps, we can take the doors off, fully weld them. But again, we've got a pretty decent gap here. It goes a bit tight from here down, so we'll address that. But it's got a really big gap at the front here. I think at some stage this wing has been off, because you can see this gap here is all wrong, and it's got a massive gap all the way up the wing, so we're going to deal with that as well. When we're working with this sort of job, gapping things up, we'd always start from a fixed point, so you know, we'll get it lined up to a panel that's not been off or moved, obviously this quarter panel, and then work forward from there. So as you can see, this gap here is quite nice, but it just closes up down the door. So that's one of the things that we're going to be sorting out next. We've actually took the scuttle grill off. It's the only way to fully paint them down in here. Otherwise you just can't get in there to get any paint down there after these cars have been chemically dipped. And they look nasty if you try and get the paint down inside. So what we do, we weld all the holes up where we've took it off in here, we'll dress the grille, and then when it's all painted, we'll bond it back on after we've painted in here, and we'll bond that back on. I've done that lots of times. For me, it's the very best way to do it. Otherwise, you just can't get any paint down in the back there. Right, so we're going to set the camera up and just do sort some of the gaps out, and let you see how we go about it. So we'll get this door off, get the skin all folded round the bottom of it, all welded up onto the other side. Right, thanks for watching the video, guys. There'll be plenty more content of the Escort as we go forward, so stay tuned in to see more of that. Also, on another note, Pinky's Blocks, we've just released our second batch of those, so they're available on the website now. If you look in the description below, we'll leave a link to the website so you can go and have a look at that. And please hit that bell notification, like and subscribe to see what's going on next. Thanks for watching. See you soon.